W7KMV, W7KMV, K7EME, good signal, Den.
Yeah, you're not very strong, but readable. We got a couple of planes there in the exact middle, trading places over.
Yeah, Roger. Got you there. I just got the live stream beginning here, so good deal there. You're not as strong as you can get, but you're certainly a solid copy, Den. And very nice to hear you this morning. So we're getting things rolling here in just a sec. Are you doing anything in the contest?
ZYP.
Yeah, I see that one. It is awfully close to you. It's a large airplane, though, and so we'll see how that does. I'm actually getting multipath again, so I know you're coming via more than one aircraft. And L is on frequency. Haven't heard from L in a while. L, go ahead. Obviously, you're probably copying Dan there.
Oh, yeah, got a good copy on Den. Good morning, Den. K7ZYP, Delta Mike 41. How you doing this morning, Den?
Delta Mike 41, Delta Mike 52, U.S. Really good signal there, Al. You're about 5'6", 5'7", coming through pretty good. There are some airplanes that favor Sarita, so looks like a good signal for now, over.
Yeah, Roger, I got you 5'9". 5'9". S9 over here. Yeah, I tried to call you last week, and I don't know, you must have been out doing something. Anyway, I want to say good morning to Robert and Doug there also. I haven't been on the radio all week. I've been listening a little bit here and there, but that's about it. Yeah, I've got COVID. Well, I had COVID. I'm over that, but I'm still real weak. Don't have any stamina for that. But anyway, otherwise things are going good. Okay, back to you there, Doug. K7EME, K7ZYP.
Signal there, up at S7 right now, Al.
Roger, yeah, you've come up a little bit also. Good signal. 7-3, Dan.
7-3, Al.
Yeah, Den, we've got United Airlines 1513, 787. That's that big one near you. And a couple other ones. There's one other one about 2/3 of the way toward me that I'm seeing there as well. So we're getting probably double aircraft enhancements here. Anyways, that 787 is bound towards San Francisco, and that is going to take it right over Phoenix. So there may be some folks in the Phoenix area that'll be able to copy you, and probably would like to get some contest points out of Delta Mike 52 over in New Mexico. Yeah, very good, Den. Well, let me put out a call and see if anybody's copying you at the moment here. Anybody copying Den over in New Mexico via AirScatter and would like to contact him?
K7EME, I got about a 5'9" copy here, over.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Give Den a call.
KMB, KD7, here you in, about 5'9". Good morning, Den.
Nothing heard, buddy. It's over to
Okay, he's got a 5.9 copy on you. Hopefully that maybe that's 787 is maybe a little bit out of the path, but there's another one coming up. Keep trying, Mike.
Okay, Dan, yeah, you dropped down, so it could be that I'm sure that plane's moving out of the way. But anyway, really, really good copy here this morning. This is KD7EME.
Okay, I guess he's not hearing you at the moment. Anybody else wishing to try Dan? Okay, nobody's copying you, but you might listen toward Phoenix there, or drop down to 240. I can announce that if you want to go to 240. Are you still copying? We may have lost the aircraft.
I still copy you there, Doug, but I think that's going to be the last one for a little while. Over.
Yeah. Oh boy, you jumped right up again. Okay. Well, I can put it out there that if you're going to monitor 240, let's say 144-240, aim toward Phoenix area where most everybody will be at for say the next 20 minutes or so.
Okay, give it a shot. That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, I will do that. And again, that 777 is now northwest of Duncan, so it may be very soon approaching where you can get some scatter off of that. So I'll say 7.3s, and you'll go to 240 and listen, and maybe try to get some the Phoenix guys in for some contest points.
Okay, 7-3, Doug, W7, KMV.
Yeah, 7.3's Dan, and I'm going to swing around toward Phoenix myself here, K7EME.
Morning, Doug, K7VNE.
Okay, guys, here we go. We'll get things rolling here with the early check-ins. But just for the live stream, I just turned that on a few minutes ago to catch Den in the air scatter contact. So we are on YouTube, and for the to get that, you just type in a YouTube search, AZ SWOT, SWOT Sunday. 3 different word combos there. AZ SWOT Sunday with a space in between, and you'll find the live stream there. Okay, so with that, we got Den in there. We also got Al, and I know Al, you're sticking around, right?
Roger.
Okay, and then I heard Vince, K7VNE. What's your status this morning?
Yeah, I'll probably be in and out, Doug. I got some things to do. I actually turned the radio away and got two quick contacts for the contest, and I'm not even a contester.
Yeah, I heard earlier. So good job there. Yeah, I'm not participating other than to hand out a few contacts. I did talk to the guys up in Utah yesterday, and I heard Surge on, so there's a lot of activity out there. So I've just been handing out some points, but not actively in it, as the station is in a bit of a transition right now as I move toward the flex. So anyway, we'll put you down as in and out, and you have a good one.
Okay, Doug, take care. Yeah, actually, you heard Dan real faint in there a little bit, but then I lost him, so my antenna's not really up above the roof, so that amazed me.
Well, and there is a 777 that should just about be coming in to range of air scatter from Phoenix right now, and you might want to aim down towards Silver City and try to pick off that 787. He will be listening for everybody at QST. Den is on 144-240, looking for contacts. He's in Delta Mike 52, Silver City, New Mexico. And you guys can aim down that way if you're in the Phoenix area and probably catch that large aircraft. It'll be a really good chance for you guys to contact maybe a new grid for you on 2 meters in the contest. All right, so Vince, we put you down as in and out, and maybe go see if you can pick up Den there.
Yeah, I'll go over there and listen anyway. He's at 240. I'll kind of check out. Maybe I'll grab him. Who knows?
Yeah, okay, very good. Let's see, anybody else out there wishing to check in for the SWAT net?
W7 WHB.
7 Yankee, and I'll be in and out too.
W7 WHB.
Okay, let's see. I have Steve, W7WHB. Steve, what's your status this morning?
We're trying to raise the eyelids and keep them up in a position where we'll be able to function all day. Other than that, we'll be here for the whole net.
Sounds good. And was that you, Jack, KN7Y? Station ending in Yankee?
Yeah, that was him, Doug. I heard him clear as a bell.
Yeah, I heard him say he was going to be in and out. KN7Y, are you there, Jack? Okay, I'm not hearing him now, but I did clearly hear him as well. So we'll get him down as in and out. And anybody else?
K7HAM.
Hey, real quick, Doug, Jack said good morning. He was in there.
Oh, okay. All right. Good morning, Jack, and good luck in the contest. And we also, I forgot, Mike, KD7UUN. Mike, are you going to be sticking around? I may have moved my antenna too far for Mike. Let me swing back over here. Mike, are you going to be able to stick around?
Yes, sir. I'll be here.
Okay, there we got you. All right, let's see. And Lynn, K7HAM, I'm swinging back toward you. How you doing this morning?
Pretty good, Doug. Yeah, we'll be sticking around.
Okay, got you on the list. Anybody else?
Whiskey Oscar 1 Sierra.
Yeah, okay, John, Whiskey Oscar 1 Sierra. Excuse me, I've got you down. Are you going to be able to stick around, or are you just in and out working the contest, I assume?
I'm doing the contest, and if there's anybody out there who wants to contact me, I'll be down at 205, 144-205, and I've got this and also 1296.
Okay, very good. 144-205, if anybody wants to work John. And John, just a heads up, there's an air scatter opportunity right now on 240 with Delta Mike 52, W7 Kilo Mike Victor. He's on 240 looking toward the Phoenix area. Air scatter, there's a 787 that you might be able to pick him up.
Okay, you're W7KMV, are you?
Yes, that is W7KMV, and he's on 144-240.
Okay, 144-240. Okay, what is your grid?
No, you're not talking to him. Go to 144-240. This is Doug, and listen for W7KMV. He's in Delta Mike 52. Go down there and give him a call.
Very good. I'll be there in a moment. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
XP.
Good morning, George. KD7XP. How you doing this morning?
Oh, not too bad. We were able to get out and do a little bit more work outside this week. It wasn't quite so hot all the days anyways. And next week, it's supposed to cool off, but unfortunately I'm going to be in a class for 3 days next week, so I won't be able to get out and do much of anything for that. So anyways, that's about it. I got to keep going and get over and get the IT set up. Have a good net. We'll see you next week. K87XP.
All right. Yeah, I'm all for the cool off. Got a lot of yard work that's been been needing to be done in the backyard here with all the heat. Don't get out there as much. All right, sounds good, and we'll catch up with you next week, George.
All right, we'll see you next week then. Have a good net. 7-3, K7 next week.
Have fun in your classes. Anybody else? I see Jim, W7ADF, Robert got you on NetLogger. Are you going to be able to stick around?
Yeah, you bet, Robert. I think I stepped on the last guy there, so yeah, I'll be here. Thanks.
Yeah, okay, no problem. No problem. Got you in there. Anybody else? All right, this is K7EME. We're taking early check-ins in a somewhat different sort of version of the SWOTnet I call the contest version. And just FYI, guys, what I'll be suggesting here is that you, when you contact, if you wish to contact anybody, as we get going through the net, I encourage you to move either up or down, maybe 10K, 10 kilohertz, and try to work anybody who is willing to move off frequency and do so, and you can maybe get some other contacts going in there. So we'll try to streamline that for you and accommodate as best we can, so we can get some contacts going out there for those who are interested in the contest. With that, K7EME standing by for early check-ins. I see, stand by. Okay, sorry about that. I see K7SWK is online. Dave, are you able to get on today?
He came back to you, Doug.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened with our path, but I cannot hear him anywhere near as well as I used to be able to. Robert, would you relay, please?
K7SWK, November 7 Victor Delta, you'll be able to stick around? Okay, light copy here as well, but don't know what's going on, but I can pick you out. All right, there you go, Jim, Doug.
Okay, and Dave, yeah, sorry about that. And I think I may have gotten a QSL card from you. I'll get that off to you. I have a pile of them here I've got to do. I don't know. You're much stronger, and the last two Sundays that hasn't been the case. So I'll maybe send me an email or something, and we could sort that out sometime. W6IZK, Wayne, you're lurking on NetLogger. Are you here on RF?
Yes, I am. K7EME, W6IZK.
Okay, got you in for the net, and thank you for checking in there, Wayne. Appreciate it. And anybody else? And if there's anybody out there that would be so kind as to check the live feed for me and make sure that I don't need to make any adjustments, I would certainly appreciate that.
Sounds good, Doug. K7EME, K7HAM.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I did I listened to it last week, parts of it, and it seemed that the background noise was a bit high, the static, and not sure quite how to manage that just yet. I am running noise reduction this time, so I'll take a listen and see if that's made any difference in that. But anyway, work in progress. It's only our second one here, but I'm glad it's up and running. Appreciate the heads up. Anybody else? K7EME. Okay, and I see Steve was hearing me ask about that. Let's get up toward Steve. N7THW. Steve, how copy? Yeah, I got you in there, Steve. Not real strong at the moment, but I got you, and so good to hear from you. How you doing up there? Okay, very good. I'm glad you're doing well and able to tune into the live stream, and so we'll see how things go. I know you're going to be probably well. Let's see. Would you like to go down to 144.240? Well, no, not 240. Go up to 144.260 and take a listen for anybody that might try to contact you up there in Delta Mike 54. Okay, bit of QSB there. On our usual QSB that's on our path there, Steve. If you could put a notice up on NetLogger, I'll announce it if you're going to go off frequency and take any contacts for your grid there, Delta Mike 54. Okay, over. Okay, I'm back on the Phoenix area. Lost Steve there, but we'll see if he posts that online if he got the message I sent. Anyways, anybody else out there? K7EME.
Whiskey 5 Romeo, Charlie, Quebec.
Okay, good morning, Jerry. How's things going over in Sun City?
Yeah, good morning. Well, pretty much as usual. I've been trying to do a little contesting. Not been a lot of activity on 6, but I made a whole copy, one whole decode out of Finland on 6 meters. It was kind of amazing, but other than that, not much. I got one California and everything else was local.
Okay, very good. Well, congratulations on that. Yeah, 6 meters. Yeah, I haven't, with the rotor issue, I don't have that one, that band up and running to see what was going on. But hopefully there'll be a little bit of activity for guys. But Finland, that's pretty good. And let's see, I do want to announce that Steve is going to be on 144.260, aimed toward Phoenix from Delta Mike 54 for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So there's a QSD for anybody wishing to try to get Delta Mike 54. That's a rare grid for the contest. And Jerry, you're going to be sticking around, right?
I'll be here for the duration. And is he in Lakeside?
Yeah, he's up in Lakeside.
Okay, I'll go up and see if I can work him. But yeah, I'm here.
Okay, and Den's also on 240 trying to work air scatter toward Phoenix as well, just FYI.
Okay, well, I will look around.
YouTube report.
YouTube report. Steve, go ahead.
The stream is nice and clear, but it is lacking volume. I have to turn my volume way up to hear it.
Okay, let me boost it a little bit. Hold on. Okay, I boosted it a little bit. How's that?
Maybe it's slightly, but maybe K7HM can give you a report. I think he's listening also.
I think it's a cheap computer, Doug. I hear you fine.
Oh, okay. Am I too much drive right now then?
No, it sounds good. I didn't really notice much of a change.
Okay. All right. Well, do the best you can there. Apparently, it sounds like it's going okay on the others. Maybe you need to boost your audio out of the out on the computer, on the software, the sound card. We'll do the best we can there, Steve. Appreciate that report, though. Let's see. K7CWA, Warren, I see you're lurking about. Are you on frequency?
Well, I hope so. The dial says I am on frequency. This is K7CWA, and I'll be here for the net.
Okay. Very good. Well, we certainly are hearing you down here, 5 over 9, so no problem at all. All right, got you on the list. KJ7 Golf Sierra Kilo. KJ7 Golf Sierra Kilo. I see you're lurking about as well. Are you copying me? Any relays? Okay, anybody else wishing to get in here on early check-ins? K7EME. Yeah, stand by. Let's swing out to Lake Havasu. We got John out there. KC6SEH, go ahead.
Yeah, Doug, you going to be working the contest a little later so I can pick you up on modems?
Yeah, I only have, well, I can do 220, excuse me, I only have 432 and 1296. So after the net, I'll be happy to try to work you. I'll send you a message on Slack. How about that?
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, we don't have to draw from, so, and I just talked to Bob on the up, so you might be able to so, yeah, so we'll sit here and listen for a little bit and see what you guys got going on.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, the station is in the middle of a big transition going over to Flex radio, and I've got a lot of bands are down waiting for the new transverter and such. So just limited, but I'll check with you. I'll get on Slack afterwards. And thanks for the heads up on Bob. I haven't talked to him in ages, and I'm glad he's doing okay and he's still on the air. So I'll look for him as well. Thanks a lot, John, and I know you'll be in and out, so 7-3s, talk to you later on.
Okay, thanks a lot, K7EME, K6SEH.
Okay, 7-3s. All right, oh, you know what, John, are you going to be able to move off frequency to try to work anybody else that is on frequency?
Yeah, I can do that. I can go to 240 or 230, anything they want to do.
Okay, I've sent everybody to 240 and 260 for two other stations. How about 230? Anybody wishing to contact John, he's going to move down to 144 230. He's in Delta Mike 24 and over in Lake Havasu on the California border. So anybody. John, I'll send you down there, and hopefully some folks will follow.
Okay, very good. Catch you later. K6SEH.
Roger. Anybody else out there? As long as I'm pointed a little more to the west, K7EME.
WA7ELN.
Well, you're not off to the east, but I still copy you there, Troy. WA7ELN. How you doing?
Well, we just put the circuit board in the
signal generator, and the first test is very promising.
Hey, that's excellent. Very good. So you got, you didn't get the PL lock error.
No, not yet. I'm letting it rest there at 1296 with it hooked to the spectrum analyzer. Going to let it cook through the day and get nice and warm. And anyway, you know, I've spent 3 times what I gave you for it on circuit boards, but anyway, you know, that's the way it goes.
Well, but you know, that's I knew it was wounded, and at least you got the start for it, and yeah, I can't imagine as rare as those boards are, but hey, that's a home run, and maybe you've even got a spare board as well, so hopefully that'll work out. Are you going to be able to stick around there, Troy?
Yeah, I've done. I've been up since 6 o'clock. I've been out, emptied my electric rat trap, and you know, changed the circuit board, and so now I get a rest for a while.
Okay, sounds good. You put your feet up and take a rest, a well-deserved one, and let that board burn in all day. And man, I'm looking forward to hearing if it now goes all the way to 3 gigs here coming up. So we'll talk to you soon, and catch you later during the net here. Let's see. I see a note from KJ7GSK John that I'm going to swing back toward Phoenix here. That he heard my call but no copy. So John, tell me where. Go ahead and go on instant messaging again and give me your location, because my antennas are very sharp, and sometimes if I'm off even just 5 or 10 degrees, it makes a difference. So KJ7GSK, let me know where you're located via instant messaging. K7EME, anybody else out there wishing to check in? Yeah, gee, I didn't recognize your voice there, Robert. I had no idea who that was. How you doing?
Doing good. A couple things. Live stream sounds fine. Anybody who's considering, make sure that the volume control on YouTube itself on the web page is turned up, as well as the one on your computer. Anyway, the other thing is, and if you're listening to it through a TV, make sure that the volume on the television's up. The other thing is, if you on the monitors window, if you just click on KJ7GSK's call, you'll get a pop-up window, and you can do a QRZ lookup. Over.
Okay, very good. I will do that. The problem with me with the pop-up windows on the lurkers is it takes the instant messaging window out, so I have to kind of toggle between them. Maybe you can help me figure that out, so I can get both of them up full time at another time. Okay, let's see. Dan is now done. He didn't hear anything on 240, so that frequency is open. He's gone SK, so. And John, up in New River, you got your Yagi aimed this way, but your rig doesn't do SSB. So we'll appreciate you listening, and you can get an idea of what the net is all about. And maybe, hopefully, sometime soon you'll get a rig that'll do sideband. And certainly we've had a number of stations from New River be able to check in before, and appreciate you stopping by. So some bunch of Hamfest coming up. Maybe you can find a 2-meter sideband rig, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. So anybody else wishing to check in, taking early check-ins for the 2-meter Sunday Morning SWATnet.
K7EME, W65K. What's the URL for the live stream, Doug?
I don't know how to get that posted on there. Again, work in progress. Chuck is not here. He's down in Chile, and he knows how to do that. So the only way I can guide you is to maybe somebody else can post the URL actually on NetLogger. But in the meantime, do a YouTube search for AZ space SWOT space Sunday. AZ space SWAT for Sidewinders on 2 space Sunday. There, Wayne, over.
I just did it. I put it up in the instant messaging window.
Awesome, Robert. I see that now. Okay, there you go, Wayne. Look on instant messaging.
Alrighty, thank you.
Add that to the list of things I need to do there, Robert. Okay, anybody else? K7EME standing by, taking early check-ins. I'm going to go ahead and aim a little bit more toward the east and see if we can pick up anybody out that way. K7EME looking toward the east, looking for early check-ins for the Arizona SWATnet. QRZ?
N6EEA.
Oh, I heard something X. Wow. Okay, Pete. How you doing this morning, Pete?
Well, once I clear the phlegm out of my throat, I should be better.
Yeah, that sounds like you now.
I'll be here for the beer.
All right, we got you down. Appreciate it. Anybody else looking east, K7EME? And looking northeast, K7EME for the Arizona SWATnet. Anybody out that way? Okay, back on the Phoenix area, and I see a message from Steve, N7THW. He's still on 144.260. For 5 more minutes, last chance. He's made a few contacts. If you want to get Delta Mike 54, Steve is up there and listening toward Phoenix. Give him a shout. K7EME.
Doug, I think I'm hearing a K7KWK.
That's probably K7 Sierra Whiskey Kilo. K7 Sierra Whiskey Kilo. That's Dave. Go ahead and see if you can pick him up. He's already checked in, but he may be testing his radio.
Is it Kilo 7 Sierra Whiskey Kilo? Okay, well, he has your call. I'll make sure he checks you into the net. Kilo 7 Sierra Whiskey Kilo, W5RCQ. I'm sorry, I didn't copy that. You're actually fairly strong. I don't know why I didn't copy it, but I've got a lot of noise today. Doug said you were a little weak, but let me turn you over to him and give it a try. Doug, you're right. It's Kilo 7 Sierra Whiskey Kilo. And he's about S5 here, but I got a lot of noise today.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's already been checked in. Robert got him in there, but I know he's having some issues because he's been much stronger, solid copy up until about last week, and something majorly has changed because I'm only able to barely tell that he's in there, and certainly not enough to get his call letters or anything. And I've been sweeping back and forth. I know where he's located, so I'm pretty sure I don't have the antenna in the wrong spot. So like I said before, Dave, shoot me an email and maybe we can talk a little bit and see what changes there may have been, because I know you can make it down here. Anyway, anybody else out there taking early check-ins for the Arizona SWOT net? Thought I heard something, but I'm not quite hearing. Right now I'm aimed up toward Utah. November Radio, NR17, November Radio 7 Tango. John, do you happen to be on frequency this morning up in Utah? K7EME. Yeah, nothing heard. John was on yesterday, and I worked him and heard him several times. He goes up in the mountains up there and works the contest. He may not be working it today, but just if you hear NR7T out there, he's aimed toward Utah. He's in Delta Mike 37, so that's a good contact for 2 meters for anybody that can work him up there. New grid, I'm sure, for most everybody. Let's see, K7EME standing by, listening for early check-ins.
WD7R.
Yeah, good morning, Mike. WD7R. How's the contest going for you?
Hey, good morning. Kind of light. I was hoping for a 6-meter opening, but nothing really to speak of. There was a little burst here or there, but haven't worked any rare grids on 6. But a steady flow of activity yesterday on the classic bands. And how about yourself?
Well, I haven't been doing much more than listening and popping in and out every once in a while. I did hear you yesterday, but you were busy, and so I'll give you Delta Mike 42 to make it official here. And I do intend to be on a little bit this afternoon, but I'm limited right now with things being kind of pulled apart here at the station. So I can only do 432 at the moment. Go ahead.
QSL. Well, thanks for taking my check-in. I'm glad to be here and enjoy the festivities. And sorry about your partially obscured, capability there, but we'll get that back up to speed here soon, I'm sure. And let us know if you need help. WD7R. I will be here. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if I need help or prayers. going to the flex is going to be a big job and a big transition, but being able to QSY and have to all the VHF and microwave bands, and all I have to do is push one button on the touch screen. That's worth being torn up around here for a bit, the way I look at it. So anyway, I'm just enjoying the contest, listening, and just an FYI, NR7T, John up in Utah was on yesterday. I heard Serge was active yesterday up in Las Vegas, and so those are the two guys up that way. And I do, just FYI, I heard that Bob up in Pahrump is also on. So we haven't heard from Bob in a long time. So it's nice to hear that he's doing okay and back on. Anyway, with that, we got you checked in, Mike, and we'll get back around to you. All right, WJ0F, I see Lee up in Flagstaff is lurking and online, so let me turn over that way a little bit, and let's see if Lee's on RF here. WJ0F, K7EME. Nope, he's not on the air yet, but we'll get him. All right, K7EME standing by for early check-ins. Yeah, good morning, Serge. Good morning, KT6KT, Delta Mike 26. How's things up in Las Vegas, Serge, and how are you doing in the contest?
Morning, Doug. Contest 34. Go over units. Temperature nice. Just time and volume control is up to 7. Good morning.
Okay, well, I'll give you my Delta Mike 42 for the contact. Delta Mike 42 there, Serge, so we'll confirm that for some points for you. And do you want to go down to 144 240, 144 240 to try and work some stations down this way in Arizona? And I'll put that out on the net if you'd like to.
Okay, I'll get it down to 144 240. Have a good day, Doug. K7EME from KT6KT. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. And so everybody, turn your antennas toward KT6KT in Las Vegas. He's putting out a good signal this morning, and he will be on 144 240. So go down 10 KCs, and you'll maybe have a chance to work Serge. So everybody head on down that way that wants to try to work him. 144 240, Kilo Tango 6, Kilo Tango up there in Delta Mike 24. All right, anybody else? K7EME. Everybody left to go work Surge, and I don't blame them. K7EME. I wonder if anybody saw the comet this morning or in the last couple of mornings. Anybody see that comet Nishimura on the early mornings out on the eastern, northeastern horizon? Steve, he's on 240. He's on 240. Turn to 240, Steve, over. Yeah, okay, no worries, no worries. Anybody, well, I'm looking to the northeast, K7EME, anybody up that way, Albuquerque, N5JEH, you happen to be on frequency, looking for some contacts?
Whiskey Baker 7, Victor Ocean, portable.
Yeah, Whiskey Baker 7, Victor Ocean Kilo portable, go ahead.
Yeah, just up here on the Muggy on Rim, my son's run, he's running 100 miles up there, so I told Steve down the valley I'd be turning the radio on here, so I don't think I can make it down into Phoenix, but I'm up here in the Muggy on Rim in Arizona. WD told me to be okay.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Yes, we worked portable up there in May. Not during a contest, but always take the VHF station, UHF on microwave on the road a couple of times every year, and we did the Mogollon Rim. I'm down in Tucson, so you are getting out from the Mogollon Rim there. What power are you running, and what's your antenna?
Well, not much of an antenna. I've got a mag mount stuck on the side of the trailer here. It's actually horizontal as we speak. And I'm using a 991. So how's it sounding there, over?
Well, I've got you at S5. So elevation helps. Excellent. You might be surprised what you can work. And what's your name, please?
That's Greg. Golf Romeo Echo Golf.
Okay, Greg. Very good. Well, I'll tell you what. Would you like to move off frequency, and I'll announce it and see if who you can work maybe in the Phoenix area or maybe even further. Guys, Greg is up on the Mogollon Rim. He's in Delta Mike 44 running a mag mount antenna mounted sideways, so he is horizontal and using a 991. Greg, would you be willing to go to 260, 144, 260?
I sure will, and you're about the only one I've heard so far, but I can go there at 260. I'm going there. WD7B, okay.
Yeah, okay, very good. So anybody wants to try to work Greg up there on the Mogollon Rim, he's in Delta Mike 44, and so he'll be on 144, 260 looking for contacts. Anybody else out to the northwest? Northeast, K7EME. Lee, are you on frequency yet? WJ0F? Okay, back on the Phoenix area, K7EME standing by for early check-ins. Good morning, Barry. KC7 Victor Echo Quebec. How you doing this morning, Barry?
All doing very good, thank you.
Was that I was just trying to peek you up on the beam, Barry. Didn't quite have you there. What was the last part?
I was just thinking I was
Okay, yeah, just we don't have the conditions quite this morning there, Barry. I'm hearing, about half of each sentence right now, so not as good as usual, but thanks for checking in, and we'll catch up with you next Sunday. Appreciate it. Sorry about the conditions.
No problem. All right, well, 73 for you. We'll catch you next week. K7EME.
Well, you came up that time. Okay. All right, 73s. All right, I'm looking out toward California and Yuma, California, somewhere, anywhere out that way. Anybody wishing to check into the Arizona SWOT net or looking for contest contacts? K7EME looking toward California, looking for contest contacts out there. Anybody wishing to check into the side winders on 2net? And back to the northwest, K7EME. K7EME standing by. Well, I copy about the same, little bit of QSB, but I got you right now solid. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Boy, it just depends on the timing when you call today. I guess it's up and down. Plus, another thing that's not helping is my noise level up toward Phoenix is up this morning. It's couple S units higher than it normally is. Normally in the morning I'm down S1 or so, but it's a good S3, maybe even a slight bit more. And that is probably most of the problem. K7EME.
Hey, Doug?
Yeah.
QST, looks like 6 meters is open to West Texas, Echo Mike 12.
All right, so everybody, anybody who heard that, 6 meters is open to West Texas, and let's hope that that continues throughout the day, so folks can get more contacts. Wouldn't that be nice if we had a late September sporadic E opening? That would be nice. Early September.
Definitely make the contest more robust for sure. So keep an eye out there. WD7R standing by.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up, Mike.
WD6 CNF.
Morning, Grant. How are you doing? Boy, you're strong this morning.
Oh, well, you're always strong. You're 20 over. Okay, I just turned on the rig for 6 meters. I was on a little bit last night, yesterday afternoon. Okay, I'll be here for the net.
Okay, sounds good. We've got you on the list.
Okay.
WJ0F, Lee, are you copying? K7EME looking to the east. K7 Echo, Mike Echo, looking to the east for the Arizona SWAT net. Anybody out that way? And just checking to the northeast, K7EME for the Arizona SWAT net, looking northeast. And K7EME looking northwest toward Utah, Nevada, California border. And checking out due west, K7EME for the Arizona SWAT net. One more time, out to the west, K7EME. Okay, back on Phoenix, standing by. Hey, Robert, have you been doing anything in the contest?
K7EME and 7B, no, I have not. I didn't get on at all yesterday.
Yeah, there's really no rovers. I think KJ7 OG, Steve, was going to do some roving. I'm not sure what bands. Yeah, I just was wondering with the 905 if you'd gotten anything on microwaves.
No, I have not. I haven't even turned it on. I need to do that today. We got busy yesterday, and I took the wife out for lunch. And anyway, ended up having a nap, and then that was it. Over.
Yeah, that's the most important thing of the day is getting that afternoon nap. I find that happens more and more often, maybe even 2 a day. I did get some antenna work done. I added a leg to the fan dipole, so I've got 40 meters back on now for when Jason is up flying his 777. Sometimes 40 meters, he wants to try that. So decided to get off my rear end and get that up. So did do something worthwhile yesterday. Otherwise, just trying to get ready. Computer may be here tomorrow and I can get Smart SDR loaded and other stuff. So hopefully it's sitting in Goodyear. It's been there for almost a day now. So I guess they don't do anything on Sundays. So it probably ought to be on a truck and down here tomorrow. Anyway, let's see. Any other looking for early check-ins for the Arizona SWATnet, K7EME? Yeah, Mike, let me aim a bit more over toward you here. KD5NLP. Go ahead. Give me some chatter. Yeah, okay, Mike. I missed most of that. I don't think you're quite peaked up on me. I did peak up right on you, but your antenna may not be quite on me. But we'll put you down for the net and get back with you. I'm sure you get that antenna pointed a little more in my direction. We'll be okay there. So I'll put you down for the net, Mike. Okay.
Got pointed a little bit more towards you.
Yeah, okay, that may have helped a little bit there. Still light copy, but anyway, could be conditions as well. A little bit of that in there, and I do have more noise this morning than usually for some odd reason here in the morning. Anyway, we'll hold the spot for you there, Mike. Anybody else? K7EME. Hey, Robert, can you take it for a few here, just a couple of minutes? I've got to let one of the dogs out, and I'm going to get some more water.
Yeah, no problem. This is November 7 Victor Delta looking for check-ins for the SWATnet. Please call now. Hey, John, how you doing? KC6SEH, I'm on the loop. 5 and 1, over, over.
Yeah,
Delta, Delta Mike 43, please call now. WJ0F, WJ0F, November 7, Victor Delta. Are you on RF there? Over, over. K7EME and 7VD, it's net time. You ready?
Okay, Robert, I'm back, and did you get anything?
No, I called Lee, but no copy, but it's net time. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, gosh, I lost track of time. Boy, my bad. All right. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sidewinders on 2Net. The SNET is open to all amateurs, and we meet every Sunday morning at 15:30 Zulu, taking early check-ins at 1500. My name is Doug. I am K7EME, located in southern Arizona, running legal limit to a large antenna array covering all of Arizona and into the surrounding states. The purpose of this net is to encourage VHF and higher band activity here throughout the Southwest. And for more information, you can check our website, AZ-SWOT for Sidewinders on 2.net. And that is sponsored by November 7 Victor Delta Robert, who you just heard, who is also running the NetLogger portion of this net, where you can monitor the live check-in list and post messages if you need us to point your way. And we're not picking you up. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take further check-ins by compass heading. I will start out toward California here, and we'll see if we can stir up any activity out that way. So with that, we'll stand by. I'm going to turn the antenna over toward the west. All right, looking out toward the west, K7EME for the Arizona SWOT net. Anybody copying? And bumping back toward the northwest, K7EME for the SWOT net. K7EME looking toward the northwest, K7EME for the Arizona SWOT net.
Whiskey X-ray, 7 Golf.
There you go. We're missing a few of our regulars this morning. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing fine. I was a little late getting into the shack myself this morning. Got to talking too long at the restaurant. and so we barely made it here in time. WX7G, back to net control.
Better late than never. We got you on the list. Anybody else looking toward the northwest, K7EME?
Good morning, Doug. Kilo November 7 Yankee.
Okay, KN7Y, Jack, good morning, and I think we've got you, we had you down as in and out, I believe, but you're going to be able to stick around?
Yeah, I might stick around for a little bit here, and there's always good chatter and some good information, so I think I'll stick around for a little bit.
Okay, we'll change your status to checked in. All right. Let's move a little bit more over toward the north. K7EME looking up toward Flagstaff. Lee, are you out there? I don't know where Lee is this morning on the air. He's online. Maybe a long phone call. Looking toward the northeast, K7EME. And we'll look over toward the southeast. K7 Echo, Mike Echo. Anybody out toward New Mexico or Benson or anybody out that way? K7EME. All right, I'm going to pause on the north here. Well, I see Gene is online. N7EJC, Gene, are you copying? N7EJC, are you listening? Okay, Gene, we got you on the list, and thanks for checking in. And we've got a few number of check-ins. If you hear anybody you'd like to work, we'll be asking folks to go off frequency. And if you're in the contest, don't know if you are, but I thought I'd throw that out there as an FYI. All right, back heading toward the Phoenix area, and we'll get things rolling. And sorry, guys, I lost track of time there, but so we got a couple-minute late start. So again, this morning it's the sort of the contest version, a little bit more informal. Because of the ARRL contest, and I'll be asking folks if they want to, or just tell me if you want to move off frequency to work anybody in the contest. Just let me know when it's at the end of your turn, and we'll pick a frequency, and anybody who wants to try to work them can go down to that frequency and make a contact. Otherwise, appreciate you guys checking in as always, and we've got the live stream up and running. AZ SWOT, SWOT Sunday, and do the YouTube search if you'd like to supplement what you're hearing on your radios with what I'm hearing from here in my shack. Upcoming Hamfests, keep an eye out for those. I won't go through the whole list. Saved a little time this morning, but the Sholo Hamfest is the next one coming up in September 16th. So that'll be next weekend. So if you're interested in getting out of the heat, that is an opportunity. So with that, we'll get things rolling, and I'll put it up to Robert, and we'll see how our commander of the network net logging division is working here. So go ahead, Robert.
All right. K7EME and the SWAT net, November 7 Victor Delta, Robert over here, Northeast Mesa, SWAT number 3051. Not too bad. Everything's working well. I did get on for the contest yesterday. I'll probably do a little bit of dabbling here after the net, and we'll get out. Let's see. I cranked the tower up about another 10 feet yesterday just to get things above. And I don't know, Doug, if you heard, but I actually worked John off of the loop. he was about S1, but good copy. It was fun. But anyway, everything else going good. Al, K7EME, if you could handle that logger for me next weekend, I'd appreciate it. We're leaving Tuesday to go out to Lebanon, Kentucky, and we won't be back until Sunday late in the afternoon. So, and W780F's going to handle the 222 net, so I really appreciate that. Mike, WD7R, maybe you could help him with net logger on that. Anyway, other than that, everything's going well. Looking for the cooler weather, going to crank the tower up, get our dipoles back up in the air. I actually have, and I'm going to add another low-frequency dipole, a 60-30 meter dual-band fan dipole that'll be due north-south oriented to the conglomeration that I got hanging off the tower. Anyway, other than that, let's see. Got to get out in the garage and start working on the 1296 amp as well. So we're slowly getting things started, as well as a few other things that need to be done around here with cooler weather. So back to you, K7EME and 7VD.
Okay, good deal there, Robert. And I'm sure Jim will have the 220 net in good hands on Friday. And I hope you have a safe trip. I know it's not the best reasons for going back there, but do have a safe trip to Kentucky there. And we'll catch up with you during the week here before you go. Let's see. Next on our list was Dan, W7KMV. We got him right off the bat on air scatter out of New Mexico. And so he, of course, was in and out. And that takes us to Al, K7ZYP. Al, I'm glad to hear that you're back on the air, my friend. I was about ready to send the Pony Express down there and see if they could find you. Go ahead, Al.
Okay, Doug, very good. Good morning, everybody. K7ZYP here. Yeah, Robert, I'll be glad to help you out with NetLogger next weekend. I can maybe even do 222 for you. We'll see how that goes. I don't know, Doug, if I'm going to be back on the air like I was before, because I'm still not feeling real good. Still feel kind of weak and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, just talking kind of takes my breath away. So anyway, enough of that. It's been kind of a slow week here. I have been listening to different things during the week, not everything, but anyway. Yeah, I'm not contesting at all. I don't even think I'm going to give out any points. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings by giving some points here and not points there. So I think I'll just kind of stay out of the contest altogether. And yeah, it looks like we're going to start getting some more rain. Started moving in yesterday, so don't know how that's going to work out for things either. Kind of nice not to have to disconnect everything every evening. Anyway, that's about all that's going on over here. Kind of boring. So with that, I'll throw it back to you there, Doug. Good to hear everybody this morning. And we did test again. We tested Friday and came out negative, so I think I'm just having those after effects, kind of like you did there. So we'll see how long it takes to get back to normal. Sure would like that. Been a month. So anyway, 7-3 for now. K7ZYP, back to net.
Okay, Al. Well, I'm certainly glad that you're feeling better. And yeah, it took me about a month to really get my feet back on the ground. So everybody's different, and maybe it'll take you longer. or maybe not as long. But glad to hear that you're doing okay, hanging in there. And rain, I'll have to look at the forecast. We'll see, because I've been getting spoiled by not having to disconnect virtually everything and leave it off. So maybe that'll change. Let's see. Next, we had Vince, K7EME, up in Fountain Hills. He was in and out. So, Steve, W7WHB, up in Gilbert. It's your turn. How's the empty nester doing?
Well, thank you, Doug, and good morning to the net. This is Steve, Whiskey 7 Whiskey Hotel Bravo, SWOT number 3697 in Gilbert. And we're adjusting. We really are. We're adjusting. I didn't know how much I depended on my daughter for things until she left, and now I have to do the things that she used to do around the house, and I have to adjust my schedule. So it's okay, though, as long as she's getting her education and expanding her knowledge, it's quite all right. We've been pretty busy kind of exploring the RC airplane avenue of something else to do. And K7EME has kind of led me in that direction. And we haven't decided whether we want to go down the full path or not, but it is something that looks promising, so that's what we're going on there. Of course, we continue to hold our nets every week that we do, and join the nets that we join, and all the things that amateur radio people do, and even got on FT8 for the first time in about 30 to 45 days, and bingo, made a contact in the country of Oman right off the bat. So it's like, wow, I need to get back into this. So anyway, other than that, things are going well. It's good to hear everybody on the net this morning. Oh, and by the way, I was telling you about how low the audio sounded on the live feed. I checked my computer, I checked the drivers, I checked updates, everything was good. And I said, well, bo-hum on that, and closed it down. And then I said, no, let me go back and listen, and I opened a different browser. I opened up my Firefox browser, and the audio is normal. So there you go. Browser to browser can change. So that's all we got going on here, Doug. And we will turn it back to you. W7WHB, back over to K7EME.
Okay, very good, Steve. Well, I don't know that I'd have figured that out. So I have one browser and try to keep it simple. But good job there. It sounds like you're adapting, and yeah, you got to do all the chores now. Nobody else to delegate that to. So I'm glad though that you're making the transition, and yeah, there's a whole other community out there with the RC pilots and such. I saw a video on YouTube, actually stumbled across it, of an RC guy had a camera in the cockpit of, it was like a P-51 or something, model radio-controlled airplane, and shooting a video for a point of view as he was flying. And wow, it looked quite realistic as he was going about. So anyway, amazing what you can do. Anyway, let's put it over to Jack, KN7Y. And Jack, I know I worked you yesterday, and so I know you were in the contest. And did you get any particular DX, any exciting contacts out there? Tell us about that, Jack. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Doug and the group. Thank you very much. It's good to hear a lot of you here. And contesting is fun, and it's not necessarily for everybody, and that's cool. Amateur radio has a lot of different facets, and that's what makes it such a great hobby. But I did pretty well so far, just about 31 contacts total. But last evening after sunset, I was on 6 meters and heard WB0HHM from Echo November 13 in South Dakota call CQ, and he was in and out. We made a QSO, and he was gone as fast as he was there. So that is the Magic Band, and but it just put a smile on my face. It was a great contact. And this morning, I was able to get N7THW up in northeast of us there, and that was really a great contact also this morning in Lakeside. So it's doable. It's really kind of cool, and it's amazing to me that we are single sideband on 2 meters, talking all over the state and California and Nevada, and that's amazing to me. So anyway, back to you in the net. Thanks for letting me chime in there. I wanted to say one more thing. I had COVID at the beginning of last year, and everybody talks about how long it takes. That's really the truth. It's just the lingering that really got me. But it took me a little while to get back to normal. That was a year ago in January, but fortunately haven't had it since. So back to you, K7EME. Doug, thank you so much, and good to hear Robert in there and everybody else. KN7 Mike from Delta Mike 43 in Mesa.
Very good, Jack, and congratulations on the contacts, both with South Dakota and Steve up there. That's a difficult path from the Phoenix area and even from Tucson here. There are a lot of QSB on that path. I've worked both ends of that path and know from either side the difficulties involved, just the topography or whatever. And yes, back if this net was back east, we'd be covering many states. You'd probably have 10 or more, depending on where you're at, 10 or 12 states in your net. But out here in the West, we have to settle for 4 or 5 and call it good at the maximum, and not all in one net. But it's fun, and when we can work out of state, it's exciting on 2 meter sidebands. So just a lot more territory out here, and a lot fewer, lot smaller, a lot larger states as opposed to the small ones back east. But anyway, that's what makes it fun. With that, we'll send it over to K7HAM, Lynn up there in Gilbert. And so, Lynn, what do you got going on this week?
K7EME in the group, K7HAM. Not a whole lot. Just sitting here trying to track down the Route 66 guys on 20 meters. And it's a little bit of a chore since I just have a short end fed, about 15 feet. But it's okay. And as far as PHF contest, I got a whopping 4 contacts. So I'm a little bit behind Jack. Other than that, just batching it a couple days. The wife's up babysitting the granddaughter. So it's kind of nice and quiet around here. I can play radio all I want. So with that, we'll say 7-3s. Everybody have a good look in the contest if they're working it, and we'll look for you all next time. K7EME, K7HAM. Okay, excellent, Lynn. Well, like Jack was saying, contests aren't for everybody. And, sometimes I like getting into them, and I put a big effort into it. And sometimes I just kind of do a few contacts. And I'm not a big contester like some of the folks on here. But that's why. I mean, there's something for everybody, that's for sure. Well, you take care and have a good week. And I am going to swing over a little bit more toward the east here, and let's pick up Mike, KD7UUN. So, Mike, how are you doing?
Well, good morning, Doug. Doing good here today. So let's see, what's going on here is yesterday I took down my vertical VHF antenna and replaced it with a disc cone, and the vertical had broken, and I had repaired it, but I'm sure it wouldn't have been functioning quite as well because a piece of it broke off. So anyway, got a new disc cone up there, so it's pretty shining in the sun. Always nice when you first put them up, you know how nice they look. Anyway, the advantage to this is it's supposed to also be good for 6 meters, which I haven't had a 6-meter antenna, and so probably late for that, but at least I have one now, so we'll see how that works. And actually, I don't remember, just tell me what the calling frequency is on 6, I'd appreciate it. So other than that, that's pretty much it from here, so I'll turn it back to you, Doug. K7EME, KD7UUN.
Okay, Mike, very good. And the 6-meter calling frequency is 50.125 and up. The DX window is from 110 to 125. And you know, with a disc cone with the upcoming F2 propagation, whenever that comes, you'll do fine. You'll get a ton of DX with that. I have a disc cone out somewhere that I bought, and I never did put it together. I'm wanting to do that for just general listening, and maybe the ADSB aircraft telemetry is what I kind of am thinking of trying out with that. But yeah, they're good. All kind of like a log periodic, only the vertical version of it. So enjoy that, and we'll be excited to hear how you do on 6 meters. Let's see. While I'm over toward you, I'm going to pick up N6CAZ. Jim, I just want to make sure you're copying, and we'll get you on the list.
Oh, absolutely, Doug. You're in here. Just got back from the dog park, so hanging out.
All right. Very good. So we added you to the list, and let's swing back toward the Phoenix area here. And next on our list, we had WO1S in and out, as well as George, KD7XP. So next up to bat is Jim, W7ADF. So Jim, what have you been doing? What's the status of your tractor up there?
Good morning, Doug and the group, W7ADF here. Well, the status is, I don't know. My tractor guy was supposed to bring it out to me yesterday, and I haven't heard from him. I sent him a message. He's got me on ignore. So I don't know, maybe he's busy with another project. It's one of those deals that I'm going to get it, I guess, when I get it. But yeah, I'm still waiting. Yeah, other than that, not too much. I'm not really into the contest and stuff there, but had a lot of stuff going on there yesterday anyway, and the normal stuff of chickens and everything else. So not doing anything really too exciting. So that's about it. Then I'll be running the 222 net this coming Friday there for Robert. So we'll see how that goes on that. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Doug, K7EME in the group, W7ADF.
Okay, very good, Jim. And so glad you're handling the net for Robert. I know he appreciates that. And sorry about the tractor as well. Man, it's hard to be without. I now that I have one, I don't know what I could do without it. But I hope it works out for you there pretty soon. Anyways, our next station is K7SWK. Dave up there in the Phoenix area, and Robert, maybe you can relay for me. So, Dave, if you're copying, go ahead and make your transmission. It's all your turn now.
K7SWK, November 7, Victor Delta. It's your turn there, over. Nothing heard there, Doug. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. How about Wayne, W6IZK? You're next. Go ahead, Wayne.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I really appreciate the live stream. I've been listening to it most of the morning. The power line that runs down the street in front of my house here, it makes listening to anything for any length of time. It's like the continuous fingernails on the blackboard analogy. It gets really tiring. I haven't been doing much radio. I'm still playing around with the VARAC, the new PSK31, as it were, keyboard to keyboard on VHF. Actually works on FM also, although I haven't tried it over there. Not a lot of activity. I have made a couple contacts using it. It's kind of a complicated program to get to understand, but looks like it's got a lot of possibilities. I haven't been doing much radio other than that, a little bit of FT8 here and there, and that's about it. I spend every day a couple hours with the XYL, visiting with her, and noticing out the window here, it was very overcast a little earlier. It looks like some of it's breaking up. Anyway, that's about the rundown from here. I'm pretty much recovered from the ablation procedure on my finger last week, so if I could get the feeling of the swelling put out my feet, I'd be a lot better off. So that's about it from here. Again, I really appreciate the live stream. I can hear everybody you hear, Doug, and don't have to put up with the streets there. 7C, K7EME, W6IZK.
Well, thanks for your vote for the live stream, Wayne. It's exactly folks like yourself was the reason I wanted to try to do this, and I've been thinking about it for the last year. And thanks to Chuck, NJ6D, he made it happen and helped me get this going. So that was awesome. And thank you, Chuck, if you're listening from down in Chile this morning. So I'm glad that it's helping you out, and like I say, that's makes it all worthwhile. Let's see, we had N7THW Steve up in Delta Mike 54 was in and out. So good morning to you, Steve. I know you're listening. And W5RCQ, Jerry, you're next, and you're a little further down the list than usual. But let's get the solar report and get that segment with you today. So over to you, Jerry.
Yeah, good morning, Doug and the group. K7EME, W5RCQ, Jerry in Sun City, SWOT number 3662. Well, kind of good news on the sun. It looks like our dip is, we're kind of coming up the other side of it. We got 7 groups up there now. Sunspot number is 119. Not wonderful, but at least it's over 100. And the 10.7 centimeter number is 161. So we're not up to the 200 yet, but at least we're not down in the 60s anymore. So looking pretty good. Of interest is we've got a comet out there. I haven't seen it. You have to be in a dark sky, but it's Comet Nishimura, and it's kind of an unusual one, making a dive towards the sun. But if you're into that kind of thing, it is viewable. I've seen pictures of it, but I went out and took a look, and of course I didn't see anything. And let's see, I did work Steve DM54. He was louder than I thought, but I've got quite a bit of noise today, but we did make a contact, so that was good. 6 meters was open this morning. I worked a couple of Texans on 6 meter, of course FT8, and an Alabama. I just looked up a minute ago, and looks like it's closed down, but I did see Mike on there, did print Mike out, so it was open this morning. Didn't work much yesterday, but got on and handed out a few contacts. Anyway, good net, and back to you, Doug. K7EME, W5RCQ.
Okay, excellent, Jerry. I was up this morning as well looking for that comet at 4:30 this morning, and was not able to spot it. I knew exactly where to look, but we had some low clouds, and I couldn't see them real early, and then when it started getting lighter, I could see just on the horizon there was a group of clouds in the area. Otherwise, it was a clear night. So just an unfortunate timing for those clouds. But I don't know if we're going to be able to see it tomorrow. It may be below the horizon and too close to the sun. Anyways, sounds good there, Jerry. And thank you for the solar report. Glad it's on the up and up here, getting better. Let's see, Warren, K7CWA up there in Apache Junction. Warren, how are you doing this week?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I've had my problems and that sort of thing. But speaking of problems, I saw a news item here a few days ago where India has launched a satellite to the sun, to study the sun. And I'm thinking, how can they do that? It'll burn up. And then I thought, oh, I know, they're sending it at night. Well, yes, that's obviously humor, or an attempt at it. But so that is something. And, there's about 4 or 5 comets that are coming by, and one of them is going to come very close, about a 500,000 miles. That's really close in celestial terms. So, and there's some fairly decent-sized ones, too. But nothing that, if it hit us, would be a planet killer. But we're in no danger. And I think I mentioned it last week, but there's certainly more to say about it now. But I've been monitoring 442.650, I believe that is. It's the repeater up on Usery, DJZ. And there's another repeater on the same frequency that's up in the Prescott area. And I hear that very loud and constantly, so I have to set the PL on my output to open the squelch, whatever, because I just hear too much from up there. But I look at the mileage, on QRZ between my place and where the repeater is, and it's 90-something miles. So, and that's on UHF. So I think, especially with the mountains and all, I'm kind of surprised I'm hearing it, but I'm hearing it more than a little bit. I'm hearing it, like half the 3/4 scale. And of course, you can't convert that into S units or whatever. I don't know how, because it's just one of those, on the radio, one of those bars, where it lights up. The stronger the signal, the more elements light up, but they're not calibrated in any way that I know. So that's that, and on a personal level, I've got a son who's just gone into the hospital, and it's not looking too good. And the symptoms he's showing is the same one that's associated with the shots, and I think that he's had it. He's got blood clotting in both lungs, and it doesn't look too good, but he may be another victim of the so-called shot. And one thing that's been definitely proven is that it's safer to not get the shot than it is to get it. And I've never had a flu shot or COVID or anything else, and I don't get sick either, so that tells you something. Back to you, Doug. K7EME, K7CWA.
All right, Warren. I have a quick question. Have you had a chance to listen to the live stream up there? I know with your loop, sometimes there's a lot of stations you can't copy. I wonder if you've had a chance to do that.
I think I checked it out. I listened to it just briefly, but I don't need it, and didn't particularly want it. So, but maybe I'd hear some more stations. Don't know.
Okay, I just was curious. All right, you take it easy and have a good week, and I hope your son does okay there. I'll be thinking about you there. Let's see, we had John over in Lake Havasu was in and out, and so that gets us back down this way to Oracle and Troy, WA7ELN. Troy, go ahead.
Okay, real good.
tuned in the live stream, and it sounds pretty good. Sometimes your voice seems to be louder than people coming in over the air, but I'm not certain whether that's just my hearing. That could be the problem there, too. Anyway, let's see, around here we had successfully last night, we got rid of one pack rat that was in our garage, and we've got the electronic mousetrap now out by one of the cars where another one has been around, and so we're doing that. Of course, you know, we're working on the signal generator, and that looks promising. When we're done here, I'll go out and make certain that it's still locked up, and then maybe take it up another gigahertz there and see if it'll lock even higher. And I had a problem. At first I was afraid I wouldn't find any of these circuit boards, but then I realized that there was another model that just had the I&Q modulator in it that was the same one, and they were more plentiful boards for them, but it had that same, the stepping PLL board was the same number in either one. So I was able to find it, and I didn't know whether it'd be any good or not, so I ended up ordering one from two different companies, and this one looks like it's going to be good, so maybe I'll have a second spare. You never know what I'll get there. But anyway, that's been going good, and Robert, I don't know if you got any of your 10 gig things going there, but I do hear, I think Pat and maybe some of the people from California are active on that today. Not as many as normal, but I'm hearing them talk in the background here on another channel. So anyway, I don't have much more. I got up early today to try to get some things done before the net, and so anyway, that's about all I have. K7EME and the group, WA7ELN.
Okay, excellent, Troy. I will listen to the stream and try to evaluate that discrepancy there. And I'm sure probably it is the case. Some of the signals, don't come in super strong here, and maybe I can tone down the transmit audio. I should be able to do that, and off of the 9700, the stream going back to the computer. So thank you for that. I will look into it. And Mike, WD7R. So you've been doing the contest, and what do you got going on with that? Any fun contacts that you've made? Go ahead, Mike.
Good morning, Doug, and the group, WD7R. Yeah, I've been dabbling a little bit, just handing out points and whatnot, but most enjoyable yesterday was a nice three-way kind of rag chew slash sharing of grid squares with myself, NC7K, Jeff there, and Dennis, W1 Lima Juliet up there in near Prescott. That was nice. We had a pretty decent path, better path between Jeff and Dennis than myself, but we worked 2 meter and 432 for about 20 minutes and had a nice chat. I ran the bands with many folks, up from 6 meters phone up to 432, and had a good time with that yesterday, but seemed to have died down after the usual people are there participating, and of course hoping for a good opening on 6 meters. Saw a little crinkle of an opening, like Jerry said, to Texas, but I was not able to reach anybody there, but just worked Delta Mike 22, I think, down there by Yuma, so that's about the size of it for now. But the big news, Doug, is yesterday I got the 8:30 buttoned up and on the air with Jim. Band conditions were poor, but we were able to make a contact yesterday afternoon. And so hopefully tonight I'd like to have Boat Anchor Appreciation Night on 3695. Everybody that wants to join that has privileges, bring your boat anchors. Let's all follow each other around the frequency and see how our boat anchors sound. So I think I'll be on about a little after 6, and Jim, and hopefully you, Doug, and others. But yeah, get the tube gear going. That'll be fun. And other than that, just want to shout out to Steve there. Empty Nester, W7WHB. I know how you feel, and we're going through the same thing here. So if you want to compare notes, give me a shout on the phone or email or whatever, and we can talk about it. And the RC model hobby, I have to tell you, it's a lot of fun and addicting, and yeah, just make sure you have your wallet open. Because it's just another thing to throw money at, but it's definitely a lot of fun nonetheless. Been doing that since I was a teenager, off and on. And, yeah, it seems to go together with ham radio. I don't know. But, Doug, I'll see you tonight on 3695, weather permitting. Looks a little cloudy out there, so we might get some moisture. But if it works out, we'll see you and all. And good to hear Al. Glad he's feeling better. And Robert, shout out to you. Looking forward to seeing Harper here in looks like 2 days. So we'll take good care of her again. 7-3's one and all. See you on the band. WD7R 7-3.
Okay, Mike. Sounds like you guys have a bit of cloud cover up there because it's bright and sunny down here in the Tucson area, at least for the moment. But excellent on all the above. And I heard you guys talking with W1LJ up there on the rim, and I did work him on 432 and 2 as well, and did a little bit of rag chewing with him, mainly to help him get some antenna bearings. Of course, he was in the pine trees and couldn't really see exactly where he was pointing, or couldn't really tell, I guess. Anyway, so it was nice to work him, and also heard you guys in the background while I was working on something else. Anyways, we'll catch up with you later there, Mike. You have a good one. We had Serge, KT6KT, as always, faithfully checking in from Las Vegas. He was in and out. And speaking of the Mogollon Rim, WB7VOK is portable up there. Now, I'm not sure if Greg is still there, but let me swing over that way, and let's just take a chance and see if he's up there. Greg, are you still monitoring from the rim? And I'm not hearing anything. Get back on Phoenix here. Boy, a power line noise just came up out of nowhere. Had to switch the noise blanker on. KC7VEQ was in and out as well. Barry up there in Tempe. So we've got Grant, WD6CNF, up next. And so, Grant, what's new with you?
K7EME, WD6CNF. Good morning, Doug, and everyone on the net. I've been working a little bit on FPA on 6 yesterday, and I'll see if the band opens today, and I'll jump into the ring there to play with that. Otherwise than that, I haven't been working the contest. I've been redesigning my 6-meter beam. I now have a 4-element, but it's all the support is bent because of the weather. So I'm going to redesign it down to a 3-element and use a little more sturdy material. so that'll be better. So it'll only be 6 feet long instead of 13 feet long. So I think I can get that supported. Nothing much else going on. It's too hot to really go out and do anything. Yeah, it was 112 here yesterday, so no way that I'm going outside. Of course, I'm not going up in the attic either. It's probably 130 up there. So I'll sit there and wait for the contest to open up here. Okay, back to you there, Doug. K7EME, WD6, CNF.
Okay, good report there, Grant, and good luck on the antenna. I don't know how you cram all those antennas in your attic. You must have one huge attic up there, but more power to you. You really got it together up there with the antenna farm, most of it inside. So good job. Keep it up. Let's see, KD5NLP, I guess he was down as in and out. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Mike, I think you might still be there. Let's turn it over to you. Go ahead, Mike. Okay, there, Mike. It's still a little bit difficult copy, but you came up better. So I guess the path between us, for whatever reason, is just not as good as normal today. But we'll hope to catch you up on 3695 later on this evening and join Mike on his newly renovated tube rig there. So I'm not to that point yet, but once in about a month I should have enough room with the changeover here in the station to the flex that I will be able to put my TS-830 lineup on one of the sides. So looking forward to that. Anyways, let's see, WX7G, Jim, how are you doing up there? And we'll excuse the late attendance there.
Well, good morning. Good evening. Good morning to everybody on the net here. WX7G up here in the east suburbs of beautiful downtown Gilbert. And my yesterday was a really, really good day. It was a anniversary of my birth, 79 years later. And I heard from everybody that I know, basically wishing me a happy birthday. Mama took me to my favorite place to eat, and so all in all, it was a really good day. One of my better ones. Outside of that, why, the ham radio has been good up here. Haven't done a lot of it, but have enjoyed it a lot, what I have gotten done. When we were in Las Vegas last weekend for my oldest grandchild's wedding, why, we had a wind here Thursday, and I suffered some antenna damage. It snapped the mast on my 6-meter boxon, so got that fixed this week, back up to operational. and with no expense, just stuff I already owned, just a little bit of my time getting everything all back up and operating. So, as I like to say, it's been a really good week, and I've enjoyed the net so far today. WX7G, back to net control. Thanks for having me.
Well, first off, Jim, let me wish you a very happy birthday. And secondly, you do not look like you're 79 years old at all. So congratulations on that. You got some good genes. You're rocking some good genes there, Jim. And you look even younger when you wear that Denver Broncos hair wig that you wear to the Hamfest. So I you look even younger when you have that hair on. So I'm assuming you did not wear that to Las Vegas, although you might have fitted in real well up there with that. But anyways, all joking aside, happy birthday. You have a good birthday week here. And let's see, next on our list is up in N7EJC up in Prescott, so I'm going to swing over his way, and let's get Gene in here. So, Gene, are you doing anything in the contest from up there? Go ahead, Gene.
Good morning to you, Don. No, I haven't been working anything in the contest. It's been a busy weekend, as it usually is. Yesterday, every ham in Chino Valley was over at K7EME now. That's Bob Sitterly. He owns the repeater on Mingus Mountain, and every year he throws a big cookout for everybody in the area. So I was there, XYL was there, John was there, AI1K, everybody I know was there. So we were there till probably 2 o'clock or so. And while I was there, he has a lot of equipment for sale, and I picked up 2 relays, Amphenol, 115 volt, and a timed microwave, 28 volt. And I got them both for $10, so I'm glad I went to that. If you buy those online, you can send me your location. Morning, and then after that, one of the K7EME, his name's also Bob. He stopped over because he's big into EME and all that, and he's an engineer, so I was consulting with him on a 2-meter 1296 setup that I want to do, because it's a lot more complicated than anything I've ever done, with the cross solar station and everything. I definitely wanted to talk to him. He gave me a lot of info and also referred me to W1GHC's website, which has a lot of good info on microwave stuff. So I'm glad I talked to him too. And then I haven't worked on a tower this past week. Been busy, but next week going forward, that's what I plan to do. So I want to get that bad boy up. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. I'll save the rest for the 3695 next night. So anyway, I'll pass it back to you, Doug. This is N7EJC.
Okay, very good, Gene. And yeah, W1GHZ has a lot of information. He really has contributed a lot to the knowledge of the EME crowd and documents so much of it online, and does a good job explaining it too, with the articles he's written and radios that he's designed, some early transverters and such. Yeah, he's really been a contributor. And Bob and Jack up there, yeah, they're both big EMEers in your area, and it's nice that you have some mentors up there to help you get going, and that's really important to get that. And yes, let me remind everybody about your net. That's at 7 o'clock, right? Local time.
Roger that. It's 1900 on Monday evening. Over.
Okay, very good. So Gene, N7EJC, has sort of a northern version of the SWAT-net on Monday nights, so that's at 7 p.m. local Mountain Standard Time, and that'd be 0200 Zulu, and on this same frequency. So there's yet another net, and no other nets on Monday night. So you just got to point up toward Prescott, Chino Valley area, and Gene also has that on NetLogger as well. So just the same exact setup that we have here on Sundays. You take care, Gene, and good luck with everything, and with all the EME contacts you've been making, and here's to continued success. Let's see. We've got Jim down in Vail, southeast of Tucson, N6CAZ. So, Jim, how has your week been, and what's going on radio-wise?
Just kind of keeps you going that way. Wait a minute, my power seems a little off here. Oh, yeah. There we go. That was down to like 25%. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, just hanging out down here. Spent the hot day yesterday inside, playing with some of the test gear that I got from Andy when I was up in Phoenix a couple weeks ago, and found some interesting stuff. Just kind of reading up on the gear that I got. One item being a VHF oscillator. And I don't know why, but I thought it was good only up to like 200 megahertz, but it actually goes up to 500. And thought that was kind of impressive. Started playing around with it a little bit, and verified it was working and everything, and cleaned it up and stuff like that. And then I've got these HP power meters, which I really didn't fully understand, because you'd think power meter, it's going to have a feature centered around an actual meter movement, and all that's on there is a little tiny one that doesn't even have a scale to it. And then I realized when I powered it up that it's because it reads up to like microwatts and what was it? It's on decibels, dBm, and then there's a couple of mini and micro scales on there. And then I realized that the meter is just a reference, but the digital display actually reads out very, very tiny values. So micro watts and stuff like that. But the meter itself isn't the important part. The important part is the sensor that you apply, and of course I didn't get sensors with it. So I looked online, and those are anywhere from like $150 to about $700 or $800 if they're calibrated and stuff like that. So kind of a bummer, but it's not really something I need immediately. But something I may want to tinker with in the future. But right now I'm digging into one of the oscilloscopes that I got, and just checking out the functionality and stuff like that. So kind of just had fun with that yesterday. Still doing lots of dreaming on antennas and stuff like that, and waiting for the cooler weather, because I definitely think I'm going to be making some changes here. I think I may have mentioned last week that I contacted the guy from the E-Factor. I think that's the antenna that Robert's using for his loop. And he's got on his website saying that he was in the middle of a move and that he wasn't making antennas at that time. I contacted him, and he said, oh, yeah, we're back up and running. And he went and updated the website and everything. So I'm looking at maybe getting one of those, nice little dual-band loop, something else to play around with. But anyway, just lots of little things. Oh, gosh, here comes the dog. She was outside a minute ago, but heard me talking. So up in Phoenix, I bought a couple of cross-needle power meters, the Daiwa, the big ones. That's when I realized how bad my match is on 2 meters here. The antenna, the downside of the Cushcraft is that it's actually advertised as a vertical beam. They don't mention anything about horizontal. You dig into the manual and it says, oh, well, you get a 2 megahertz beamwidth, bandwidth or whatever. And then it says that, a 2-to-1 SWR is no problem, which is, of course, it's tuned for the higher end of the band. So it's about 2-to-1 here on the low end, right where they said it would be. And I've been apparently running with that 2-to-1 SWR for a while now. So I'd like to get something that's resonant in the part of the band I plan on using it on. So that's another little thing that kind of came out with the meters that's definitely showing the high SWR. Other than that, just been tinkering around with stuff here in the shack and, trying to get things organized. Got into the Route 66 on the air event yesterday and worked 6 out of 7 stations that I heard. One of them on the first call, which was pretty impressive. The last one was in L.A., and by the time I got past all the pileups and stuff, he was starting to fade out a bit, so the band went long on me. But everything else, the 20 meters and even a couple on 40 meters did pretty well. So I'm getting through with this mediocre setup, so, can't complain. But with that, just like I said, tinkering around with stuff, plan on doing a little more of it today. And maybe cleaning up the house before I have to go back to work. I don't know. So with that, back to you, N6CAZ.
Okay, very good, Jim. Well, congratulations. Yeah, the HP power meters are great. They, especially if you have a transverter that is in need of, being set for microwatt outputs, and in particular, you get down that low level, the DBM, it just converts it to DBM, and if your transverter only needs 1 milliwatt, you can accurately measure it. However, yeah, they're cheap online, but you only get the box, the readout, and it's that thermal coupler, the head, that is the expensive part. And of course, they come in all different varieties depending on the frequency and the power handling capability. So you just have to, if you get a chance see one online that seems fairly inexpensive, make sure you check the power handling capability to make sure it's not in an unusable range for you, and it also covers the frequencies that you're interested in. I don't think you see a lot of those power meters at the Hamfest, but generally you don't see the thermocoupler heads with them. So anyways, just an FYI. And congratulations on the work on HF too. With the sunspot cycles, it doesn't matter how little a station you got. Pretty soon, the great equalizer will be all those sunspots up there, and you'll have a great time. Anyway, we'll catch you later. And with that, I think we're at the bottom of the list, so we'll pause here and see if we've got any late check-ins to the Arizona Sidewinders on TuneNet. Please come now.
Whiskey on W1GGM.
Okay, W1GGM and WO1S. Any others?
No, we're separate.
Okay, Kilo 8 Whiskey Queen. And so let's go ahead and Emil, you were the first one in there, and let's get you first here. W1GGM, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Doug. Just finished up on 432. It was kind of quiet over there this morning, just Northern Doug and Jack and myself. But I didn't hear Tim there. I guess he was talking about power meters, and those HP power meters, like you say, the indicator boxes are a dime a dozen. It's the power heads and the cable. The cable that connects the meter to the head that are the hard things to find. And you'll see them on eBay and whatnot, but they want a lot of money for them. But you just got to keep your eyes open and hope you find a good one. And then what I use, most of those go up to about 100 milliwatts or so, and then I use a series of couplers and attenuators when I want to measure things of higher power than the head. And I'm paranoid about making sure I got enough attenuation in there, because I don't want to blow one of those suckers out. I've got a couple of them, but they're almost irreplaceable. But not much else going on here. We're still, like I guess I mentioned to you the other day, we're still in the process of trying to get this house put back together after the flood we had. And finally met with the contractor this week, and we went out and picked out some flooring Friday, and looks like not this week, but next Monday they could get started. And he thought it would take 3 or 4 days, which means it'll probably be about a month. But yeah, the other comment about the sunspots, I was on my normal 20-meter skid yesterday morning, and a guy broke in from Arkansas. This was on, I'm going to say on 20 meters, and he was on some mountaintop in a tent with a 20-watt radio running off a battery, an old dipole, and he was booming in here, 10 over 9. So when the conditions are right, it doesn't take much. Anyway, other than that, not a heck of a lot going on. I think we're gonna hibernate and watch football today because it's going to be 113 degrees out or something like that. I'm thinking this may be the end of the real severe heat. Hopefully, we get some more rain, but I'm not counting on it. So anyway, I just want to say hello to everybody and just pop in and out of here, and we will catch up with you guys later. K7EME, W1GGM.
Okay, Emo. Hey, yeah, hopefully this is the last gas. We always get one of those, the Mother Nature just can't let it go, punishing us with the heat all summer long, and yeah, that'll probably be the last gasp. And I, for one, am looking forward to it as everybody else is. All right, Emo, sounds good. We'll catch you later, and always good talking to you. And let's see, WO1S, John, you did you have a question? Go ahead.
Why, Doug, I'd like to get on 1296 with you, QSL.
Okay, yeah, I will be, who is it? I made a note. John, KC6SEH. I was going to send him a note on Slack, and I will be setting up. Now, I'm not going to be on the dish. I only have the looper, but that should work, and I'll be kind of aimed in the same direction. So I haven't contacted him yet, but monitor, and it should be not much longer. I would say probably by the. How about if we look at the top of the hour? I'll look for you at the top of the hour on 1296. Is that okay?
Fine. If you're hunting for SDH, he's about 320 from you.
Yeah, I know. I've worked John a number of times before, and also Jim out there. I think it's Dave. Anyway, I'm off the top of my head, I'm both of those guys out there on 1296, and so I appreciate that. And yeah, you guys are all kind of right in line. I should be able to do that. So I will try to get on around the top of the hour, 1296-100. Okay?
Okay. Give me a time certain. The top of the hour, you mean what? 9:55 or what?
Well, 10 o'clock, straight up.
10 o'clock. Sounds good. I'll be waiting for you. QSL?
Okay, QSL. Sounds good. That'll give me time to get a hold of John and perhaps get him up there at the same time. Okay, sounds good, John. Both of you guys are Johns. All right, 7-3s will hook up with you in about just under 20 minutes. Let's see. And Kilo 8 Whiskey Queen, how are you doing there? And what's up with you?
K7EME, Doug, pretty good with you. Not too much going on as we usually get to this corner. Pretty good morning, pretty good week. Didn't get much done right now. It was a pretty good day. Still I got to get this team in because so many guys have to get track. 6 years ago, on my point of view, this was one of the projects. It's just too hot out there to do it now. Too close to the pool where we maybe the weather wasn't the heat where things are out. There's too many guys that can do impulse in the bullpen. 5 to 9 hot. Good idea. Maybe you're at that time, but from your point of view, even though I know he's 15, he did a good job right from there. Put that on the bench. Just hold the sleeve at the bottom of the list.
Okay, Gene. Well, you're bringing up the rear there, but bottom of the list isn't so bad. You got us to 30 there, so that's something there. Appreciate that. And you have a good week, and certainly we'll catch up with you. I was wondering where you were at when the other guys from up there had checked in already, and I didn't hear you. Steve mentioned you there, and I was thinking, no, I haven't heard from him yet. Anyways, appreciate it, and we'll catch you probably next Sunday. Last call for check-ins, late check-ins, K7EME.
And 6 ETA.
Oh, Pete, you didn't get on the list. Yikes. Okay, Pete, N6ETA. I did not catch that, and of course I was aimed over toward you, so Robert may not have heard me. Pete, again, 1,000 lashes. Man, I'm going to have a lot of lash marks, and most of them are because of you. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I know what happened. When I checked in, I was just running on the exciter. All of 10 watts, and I can't hear me. Then I realized later that I didn't have the PA on. And I said, I wonder how. And I guess it was because you had your antenna pointed at me. You didn't notice the weak signal. There's not much going on over here. There's the last IndyCar race of the year today, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Other than that, not much going on over here. I was going to ask you what the URL is for your live stream at 6 ETA.
Okay, Robert had posted that, and it's you're not on NetLogger though, right? Oh, Robert, can you give that to Pete then, please?
Yeah, just a second, I'll recopy it.
He's gonna. Are you copying, Robert?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, Robert. If you're not on NetLogger, the way to do it is just do a search. Get on YouTube, do a search, and it's AZ space SWOT, SWOT space Sunday, and that'll get you there. There's a picture on my live stream page that has one of the launches out of Vandenberg from my back porch on it, and you'll see that. And then just make sure you check on the today's date.
So it's AZ space SWOT, and what's the rest of it?
Sunday. So Alpha Zulu space SWOT space Sunday. Right.
Yeah, we'll give this a shot. Anyway, that's what all I got going on over here. I'm feeling a little better. Not coughing so much anyway. So, no, I was blissfully unaware of the contest, so I did not do anything. Anyway, back to Doug and 6 ETA.
Yeah, no problem, Pete. Yeah, the live stream, if you weren't aware of it, we did just to for the stations that aren't maybe hearing everybody. And if you, Chuck did it for a couple of days there, and then got me going from here. So now you can hear from what I hear exactly as I hear it. So guys like Serge up there in Las Vegas and such, you can hear them if you're having trouble receiving a lot of the guys. So you can put it on in the background and listen on RF as well, and maybe not so much dead air for folks like that. Anyway, let me know what you think, and if there's any suggestions that you have. I'm new to that stuff, and I think we've got the audio about dialed in, but I'm not sure. Anyway, you take it easy, Pete, and we'll catch you next week.
Word willing and the creek don't rise, N6 ETA.
Sounds good. All right, let's see. I'm off to the east. Let me go back up toward Phoenix here. Stand by.
Maybe you can check and see if you can still get Lee in there, WJ0F there, over.
Yeah, good point. Lee, WJ0F, are you hanging around? Are you on the radio? WJ0F, K7EME. Yeah, not hearing him. Don't know what that's all about there, Robert. But anyways, boy, do I have a lot of noise up that way. I have to turn the blanker on. It takes care of it, but man, it's noisy up in that direction. All right, with that, we'll say 7-3, shut the net down, and everybody have a good week. We'll catch you all next Sunday and do it all over again. K7EME.
Good net, Doug, K7ZYP. And we'll catch you later, Robert. Have a good trip if I don't catch you on the air.
All right, thanks, sir. I'll appreciate it, and get better there, N780.
Yeah, Roger. Hey, where are you going in Kentucky again?
It's a small town called Lebanon.
I've heard of that. Don't remember exactly where it's at. Yeah, I love Kentucky. My wife's uncle used to have a place back there.